All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Now, I just wanted to do a quick video going into obedience being better than sacrifice, because it was just on my spirit, meditating on this a little bit, how that those of us that have been called, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about the hopeful elect. You got, you got, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans being the Israelites. And then you have the Israelites that are scattered amongst these other nations. You will be known as the Israelite foreigner. And it's all about within the Israelites, within God's chosen people. It's all about the elect, meaning the chosen within the chosen. Okay, it's all about the hopeful elect, and that's who we believe we are, man, through faith. All right, and as long as we stay in this correct mindset, all right, and continue to grow our minds, then we are. We just got to stay in this mindset of focusing on what the scriptures say to do, and that's what I wanted to get into this video. Salakia for the long intro, but obedience is better than sacrifice, man. And this is a part of the mentality that we got to have man, that we got to have. Obedience to what? Obedience to the spirit. All right, obedience to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, obedience to these words. Okay, so I'm just going to get a few scriptures, and Lord willing, it's edifying. This is 1 Samuel 15 and 22. All right, it says in 1 Samuel 15 and 22, and Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. Okay, because Samuel disobeyed. When you read the story, Samuel disobeyed the Lord's commandment. The Lord had commanded us. We were at war with the Amalekites, and the Lord had commanded Samuel to completely destroy all the Amalekites. Okay, I got a little bit of context on the verse right here. It says Saul obeyed. It says Saul obeyed, or Salakia. I meant to say Saul. Okay, my getting ahead of myself. Salakia. I meant to say Saul. All right, King Saul, not Samuel. King Saul. It says King Saul obeyed part of God's instruction, but kept King Agag alive to honor his own victory over the Amalekites. It was for his own glory that Saul spared Agag, the fierce king of the Amalekites, so that a monument could be set up to glorify Saul's name. Saul was more interested in his own honor than obeying the word of the Lord. All right. So now that we got the context, going back here to 1 Samuel 15 and 22, I'm going to read it again. It says, and Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Meaning, what does the Lord delight in more? He delights in us obeying his voice, man. Which is what? Obeying these words. All right, obeying these scriptures. And that's everything that the scriptures say to do. Because you got men that'll make excuses, and they'll try to take out, they'll make excuses, man, like going to camp. Obedience is better than sacrifice. The Lord said that we got to feed his elect. We got to feed his sheep. We got to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice. Then we should do it, man, with no hesitation. Because what happens is when you're disobedient, and see, in the ancient day, we were disobedient, and when we sinned, we had to offer up a sacrifice, man. But it's better that not even having to do it in the first place if you're just obedient to what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said to do. So obedience is better than sacrifice. All right, Saul in this scenario, he wanted glory of himself. You know, he wanted to glorify himself better before what? Letting Yahweh Bashim Yahushai give you honor and glory. All right, let me get that. Let me see. All right, the scriptures say honor and glory comes from the Lord, man. I think it's... Is it First Chronicle? Let me see. Give me one moment. I know it's in Chronicles. Yep, here it go. First Chronicles 29 and 12. It says, both riches and honor come of thee, and thou reignest over all. And in thine hand is power and might, and in thine hand it is to make great and to give strength unto all. All right, but the point is that what? Both riches and honor come of thee. See, riches and honor come by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. We just got to be obedient. Okay, the Lord will build you up in the spirit. You just got to be obedient. Like the scriptures say, draw nigh unto him and he will draw nigh unto thee. All right. And that's obedience right there. You know, the scriptures say to draw nigh. So, you know, we draw nigh. We open the scriptures, you know, we read, we pray to, you know, pray to the correct names. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. And in due time, the Lord will what? Give you riches and honor, man. You know, and we know that in this current life, all right, that we're not seeking carnal riches. All right, what are the spiritual riches is faith. All right. So we draw nigh to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We're obedient to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and he's going to continue to build us up, man. All right, the Lord will be the one that'll give you the honor. All right, you're not supposed to seek the praises of men. You know, that's what Saul was doing. All right, remember right here it said Saul was more interested in his own honor than obeying the word of the Lord. You know, so you can't be selfish, you know. Now, this is Matthew 6 and 18. Matthew 6 and 18. All right, that thou appear. Now, let me start at 17. It says, but thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face. All right, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Hey, so when you're doing something, man, it should be for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, you should want the Lord to have respect for what you're doing. You shouldn't do anything to get praises of men, man. You know, and it all ties back into the topic of the video, to be obedient, man. Obedience is better than sacrifice, because the scriptures already tell us, you know, how we're supposed to act, you know. And you got the, you know, you battling these different thoughts, you know, and using discernment in order to make your decisions out here, man. So we got to be obedient to the spirit, obedient to what these scriptures say. All right, don't fight the spirit. You know what I'm saying? If you know that something's right to do, deep down in your spirit, just do it. You know, we don't need to keep making the same mistakes. All right. So let me go back to Samuel. Okay. What? Let me go back here in Samuel. 1 Samuel 15. I'm just going to read it one more time and just end it. 1 Samuel 15 and 22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. All right. And to wrap it up again, obey what these scriptures say, man. Obey Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Hey, when the spirit is telling you something, listen, and don't fight it. So we just got to continue to stay in the spirit, rebuke this flesh, all right, and continue to have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So with that, Lord willing, this video was edifying.